Hi, everyone. You are now watching and listening to Life Lessons for Times Such as Now. Today's show is about From a Woman's Lens. And we hope that you enjoyed our last few sessions consisted of us questioning men and from a man's lens, of course. And we're just going to give a brief thing about, the answers that we got from them. We kind of did a survey out there, and we're gonna go over a little bit of that, little bit of this. I'm your host, Joanna, with co-host Renee. Hi, Renee. Welcome back.
Hi,
Say
everybody.
Welcome back, Renee.
Welcome back. Hi, Trey. Hi, Chris.
Everyone was praying for you, and we're so happy to have you back. And then we got Miss Tracy. Say hi. And Crystal.
Hello.
So remember, if you're enjoying the show, please like, share, and subscribe. And have fun. Have fun with us. So, ladies, today we're going to talk about From a Woman's Lens. And I guess, I don't know, I could start it off by saying some of the answers, some of the questions that we were asked, well, one of the questions that was asked was, what was it like? What's their input on being a dad versus a father? And I gotta say, all of them gave great answers, all of them. But I really liked what Ronald Davis responded, his response to it, and the fact that he married and he got twins, and I mean, it was just awesome. What was your input on his answer? Anybody chime in?
So for me, I'm going to agree with you. Like, that was a great answer. Like, but is there a right or wrong? Right. It was definitely from his perspective, but I definitely agree, and it was well said.
Very well.
Right. Well, I've been fortunate to be able to, thank goodness that we can watch and like and subscribe, wink, and be able to do that, right? While I was away, and I am drawn to Ronald Davis Jr.'s response, but the part about, because in contrast to some of what Al and what Darius was saying, was that firstly it's in you from God, right? And so when he spoke about how he watched his father, right? Because I love that he was able to bring that spin on from what the other gentleman was saying. Because if you remember, Al said that it started in the church, right? So you kind of get your perspective. And so Ronald kind of brought that out about what his father, the Reverend Dr. Ronald P. Davis Sr. gave him, right? As a video, as a visual, right? I mean, so that was pretty powerful to me. I don't know, Chris, did you see that?
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, he was very good and explaining and very vivid. And it does start in the church and from home. And I'm glad that we were able, with the segments and speaking, that the church is the foundation for basically everything that we do.
The base.
And I really like the fact that he listened to his example, that he was able to pass it on to his own son. Right. So that was some powerful stuff, right there.
That was.
And, yeah. So not only that, Ronald was very strong in his answers, to all the questions. And my favorite, since we're on Ronald, is the romance part.
Oh yeah.
He kicked that thing out the box, okay?
Yes,
he started some trouble in some households. I'm gonna tell you, he started some trouble in some households.
For real, he broke it down, he broke it out, he shared some of the things, and I was like, wait a minute, you got a brother?
Yeah, you did say that.
Hey,
she did.
Renee.
Hey.
Guys, that's just a private joke between the four of us. We all know what we're talking about.
Right.
But he was very strong and very dynamic in, what he was saying. So I was like, wow. And he's like what, the younger generation. But yeah, that was good.
Yeah, that was, it took me back like my younger days, because, Ronald is younger than us, most
Right.
of us. Not
Mhm.
all of us, but most of us.
Right.
And
40 something.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
Right. Right. I
40
heard him say
something.
that too. He wasn't trying to
Look.
blow nobody up,
no,
but I think he did. Look at Trey.
Look.
Look, wink, wink.
there you
Right.
go.
Oh,
But
my.
it was good for him to be young, to be so young and have that experience already.
Mhm.
And what a lot of folks don't realize is that's what gets you where you are today, your life
Absolutely.
experience.
And also him and his wife just celebrated they 20 something or whatever, 18. I don't remember how long, but it's over the hump of
Mhm.
anniversary.
Mhm.
Their
Wow.
wedding anniversary. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And you know what I like too, what he said? I'm sorry, Renee, like based on what you just was talking about with his anniversary, when we asked him about how men will live with a woman for all those years and won't marry her, he hit that thing. He hit that
He hit
thing.
that on the
why was
nail.
he slamming it so hard? And I mean, I'm like what Chris said. I don't want to put Darius and Al down, that way, but or who said it, Joanna? You said he came out strong, like he was strong. Like I think, like from a woman's lens, I needed to hear like
Yes.
the
Right.
type
Come
of-
on.
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
realness, right? I wanted to
Yeah.
hear facts. Like, give me the Rudy to the Tootie. I need
Right.
that,
Come on.
that homegrown. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I need
Right.
that homegrown. I don't
Yeah.
need that process stuff. Give me that
Right.
homegrown.
Right.
No
And
Yeah.
he said
sugarcoating.
straight up,
Right.
you know,
Yeah. No
why?
sugarcoating. Sorry, Trey.
If I
Yeah.
got the cow, I got the whole cow.
Whole cow.
Why?
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Right. Right.
Why
Right.
do I have to, marry you?
Right.
Because if
Right.
you're acting like a wife and you're treating me like a husband, then why do I
Right.
have to really make that official?
Well, come on
Exactly.
now. That's the thing that's gotten us in trouble in some of the earlier episodes when we talked about, what we thought might have been romance. And so we did that, right? And that's another thing from a woman's lens, how we portrayed that so early on because we wanted to be wives. I know, I could say it for myself as as a woman that was married before that in that age, we all grew up together. And that's all me and Trey used to dream, and here we go, right. With the tears and the teardrop, but my image was marriage, and I'm 7 to 8 years old, like 10, not
Yeah,
even, we wasn't
that's
even a
true.
double digit and we was talking about marriage, like,
Yeah.
because
That's true.
it was was ingrained in us was to be, that woman. So from a woman's lens, I'm pushing back on some of what the guys were saying about the hump game, right? You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm talking about like, like Al said, if you take that garbage out, you got the muscles, you look good. We knew how to do that, right? We knew how to be catering to men.
Right.
You know
Yep,
what I'm saying?
that's
like
nurturing.
early on.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's
I
automatic
remember
for us, though.
come on, we
Yeah.
can talk about some stories. I remember
Right.
snooping around
on.
and being around and being visible just so I could get picked. You know what I mean? So I could
Right.
be the one to be liked and
Right.
go ahead and play that role because I wanted it so bad. That's all I'm
Right.
saying.
Come
So,
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we learned the hard way.
And we learned the hard way.
Yeah, really, right? Life
Yeah,
lessons,
Definitely
right?
did. And
Life
just so y'all,
lessons.
listen, I didn't see y'all say, but Joanna, I'm gonna have to blow you up because this is what we do too. Joanna, and she was right there when all them stories that we was talking about, how y'all heard me, Trey and Chris cracking up, laughing and cracking jokes and having fun and remembering the old memory lanes and some of those times. Well, guess what? Joanna was right there in the midst of some of them some of them great experiences, might I say. So
It
she
wasn't
ain't
me.
new to the game.
It wasn't me.
Yeah. Wink, wink.
Wink, wink.
But wait, y'all, I have
You
one.
don't know what you're talking about, huh, Juwan?
Right. And she was a firecracker, so don't let her sleep. Don't sleep on her.
still
Don't
is.
don't
Talking
sleep.
about
Don't sleep.
Still is.
me or my daughter?
You're twin. You're twin.
I know, right? My twin. There you go.
Listen, I have one. Speaking of Al, I was on the floor when we were talking about the BBLs and all that stuff.
Oh,
Right.
yes.
Oh my God. He
Said
had
it was
me
on the floor over there.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Where I started thinking about, what was that movie? Hollywood Shuffle.
Oh my
When the girls
God.
start taking everything off.
Yeah.
Start falling off.
Yes.
No, what
I
I
was
thought
on-
about was it a Hollywood Shuffle or two could play that game. What was it with the girl with that light-skinned girl? And she was like, wait. And she took it off and she had the wig. She ended up bald-headed, the leg came off, and she was hopping.
Right.
No,
That
it wasn't
Hollywood Shuffle, right?
It was I'm gonna get you, sucker.
I'm gonna get you, sucker. Right.
Yeah.
I knew it was so. I was like, oh my God, she went all the way down to no leg, no hair, no eyes. I was like, Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was
Y'all did a great job. I have to say, y'all did an excellent job. Just really, I enjoyed the segments. I mean, y'all did a great job. And I really think not just from the guys, but the questions, you know, I love that line of questions. And they hit home. Like, those are the real questions us as women, I believe, wanted to know.
And you know what we did too? And I'm sorry, Joanna, because I know you had a question. Or a comment. But you know what, I know sometimes people won't understand the method to our madness, but we were basically asking the same questions for different generations, right? Because we wanted to get their perspective on those questions, right? Because they weren't going to be the same, but based on the generation that you were born into, we just wanted to get that spin. So we did ask the same questions. Yes, we know that, in case you guys are wondering.
Well, I knew that too, in the background.
See?
Right. Yeah.
Sorry, Dawn, go ahead.
It's just funny how generational gaps, it's still the same thing. Still the same picture, still the same words, still the same. It's just still going on. It's just what levels. Right. Because in our days, the butts we had, the breasts we had, they were all real and natural.
Right.
We just had it.
Right.
Well, some of us more than
some. Some people had on girdles, but some people had on girdles though.
Maybe, but it wasn't like today's time.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where most you can tell, and some you can't. But it's funny, but it's still the same storyline. Same storyline. Yeah. Between men and women.
Very good.
That's true. I have one that stood out for me when we asked the question to Darius and Al about romance, and Darius talked about walking, holding her butt.
Yeah.
I said, oh, okay, because if that's cool for them, then go right ahead. But from a woman's lens. Lens, which I'm a woman and it's my lens.
Right.
That's not romance.
Right. That feels nasty.
I want to squeeze on that booty and I'm gonna get you home and tear it up. That's what that, seemed to me. For me, romance is more so by your actions, by your body language.
Right.
I love you. And spending this time with you is so precious. Squeezing your butt, I don't know how precious that is.
Well, you guys can chime in. Admit, I don't have a problem with my man. We in a supermarket and he just walk by and be like, he touched my butt or something like that.
Different. That's
because most of the time, remember, all of that is still foreplay.
Right.
Do you think that's romance though? I mean, I'm just asking, do you think that's romantic to you? Or do you think that's like, oh, we doing foreplay. We gonna get it in. Or is that romance?
Depending on the
based on what Ronald said, I like what Ronald said. And I'm just saying because you're going through the spirit, you're going through the soul, when you gaze into my eyes, you're going into the soul when you just holding my hand so gently. You gazing, right? You touching my soul when you said, I know it's COVID and that people are getting on, tired of each other, but I got some rose petals upstairs for you. See, that can be considered foreplay too, but it's also romance. It's a difference.
No, and that's good. Don't get me wrong, Crystal. Don't get me wrong. Now, I love that and I agree with that. But like I said, sometimes you need put a little fire in it, okay? Take it out of the ordinary roses or this, baby, we're going to do it like, oh, is this? No, put my head, do what you need to do. Just get it hot. Let's go.
Okay.
Well, I heard Crystal say, Crystal, do you need to come back and say to keep it PG? I thought,
You gotta watch it with Joanna because
I told y'all she was a firecracker.
We are adults.
I think, knowing him, it wasn't so much, for romance, because he's
Right.
very, playful. And I think you have to keep playfulness in it as well.
Involved.
You
Yeah.
can't always be so serious about everything.
Right.
You gotta have some fun. So the way that you're visualizing it, Tracy, I think it wasn't meant to be like that. It was just like, a playful thing.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
this my butt, this mine, I can, do whatever I want, and
Well, I mean, come on, I'm gonna blow up some spots right now because I know a couple of groins. I pulled on a couple of groins. I pulled on a couple of groins in my day. I'm just saying. I'm just keeping it real, Trey. Come on, Hey,
I did too.
Yeah, come on. I'm talking
Is
about
that
age,
romance or
age.
is that romance or is that
It is.
pregame?
I think
Is that pregame?
Okay, now I'm gonna say through.
Yeah, it can be
You saying that
pregame.
through my lens? It can be,
Right,
Yeah.
because
right.
it depends on it where you are. And I love what you said, Trey, about in that soulish. If you have a soulish relationship,
Right.
if it's a soulish relationship, then yeah, I'm with Juwana. Do what you got to do, boo boo, right?
Yep.
Because I know where we taking this, right? To the right. But the thing is that if I'm not in a soulish, then I feel what you say. I'm not feeling that. Don't touch me.
Right.
That don't feel sexy. That don't feel romantic.
You're not making me feel like a lady.
Right. It doesn't make me feel like a lady. But if I'm soulish with you, I feel like your lady. And it don't matter who see what, right? Come on. And we done had a couple of wheels turn, a couple of train rides, a couple of plane rides, right? So we know, right? It could get done wherever we want it to get done. So it don't matter. And I think I love the visual of what we're thinking about because of that. Now, I mean, groping and being inappropriate is two different things. I agree. I think what he was saying was more playful. Because we grew up in the 70s, 80s. Come on, that was what it was. If a guy didn't slap your butt growing up, raise your hand. Okay, there you go. Right? Okay.
Every day.
Point made.
Amen.
All right.
But hold on. Smacking and grabbing is two different things too.
Come on, Trey.
I'm keeping it real. Listen. Grabbing on my butt, walking down the street. Okay. Oh, I know he's feeling it. He's gonna want some of this. Right. But then can I walk though? Because your hand squeezing on my butt cheeks. I can't walk. Can you slide over a little bit?
Yeah. That wasn't the one. That's all I said.
Yeah.
Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm getting old. I don't know.
No. You're right.
No, I think you're right, because I think that I remember saying, "Come on," I remember a couple times doing that.
Yeah.
Like, dang, man.
Yes,
you're not always in the mood for that,
And
but,
most decent men will not do that anyway.
Right.
Well, he's decent too. Just a nice guy. I'm saying Darius is a nice guy.
No, he is decent, but I'm just
grabbing on the booty was just a little bit too much.
Right.
Maybe that ain't romance to me.
Maybe he just was over.
Well, I mean, it goes on.
Excited.
Right, and it goes to the level of what they think is romance. It gets back to being taught.
Come on,
listen,
say it.
Ronald Jr., he grew up with the senior. You feel me?
Right.
And so, and let me say this: the senior's still taking out his woman for brunches and lunches and breakfasts and dinners, right? And romancing after 48 years of marriage, right? And so. Here we talking about a pattern that, and it goes back to what those gentlemen were saying. They didn't have the visual, right, of seeing what that meant to be able to treat a woman like that, to know the difference. So it still comes back to, it kind of it's so widened, and it's so, it's not just what you call that, that narrow lane. It's very broad to where you could pull and pick, but it still comes back to what you see as romance and how you feel, because maybe that's really all they got. Until you could say, I don't really like that. That doesn't make me feel sexy. You want to hold my hand, you want to put your arm around me. And I used to hate that. Remember we was younger and guys used to do like this and they be, I'd be like, dang, you're choking me, man. Like, let me go. But that made to them, they feel like romance because they walking me all the way down 8th Avenue. But that sucker was tight. Like, get up off me. So, I mean, I think it does go back to something. If we listen to what the gentleman was saying, about their lenses, it's about really like where they saw from their lenses what it meant to them to be romantic. Yeah, absolutely. It's pretty great.
I just think, for me, I like it all. You know, I like the fun of it. You know what I mean? You could touch my butt, squeeze my butt, walk down the street, hold my butt, you know, you gotta hold it up today, you know, because stuff that hit the floor.
Lord,
You know,
Lord,
but
Lord,
hey,
Lord.
help me out with it however way you can. You know, I think it's all about the moment. You know, it's all about the moment. That's what it is. Really. You know what I mean? So it doesn't necessarily have to be romance, but it's a playful romance. It don't always have to be so deep and, you know, sensuous, because there's a time for that, because he said that too. You know what I mean? He just said it may sound crazy, you know, but yeah, I think I like it all, because, you know, we used to do some stuff behind closed doors now.
Ew.
Turn on that music.
Hello, that's another show.
The letters. You know,
that's another show,
Crystal. Bring it down to the ground and get back
up. Oh my gosh. Okay, Chris getting excited over there. All right, Chris. Okay, look at Chris.
Nice.
I love it.
Oh my God, that was the best. That was the best. I think that was a very great topic and a good idea to have the guys on.
Yes.
And just to hear their perspectives. And they all had the same thing. Like Joanna said, some of the things were like exactly the same about how they feel about women, how they court them, or whatever, you know. So I just think that was just like the bomb. That was a very good segment. And I'm glad that they came on. Yep, that's it for me.
Yeah. I really enjoyed, you know, so far, because we do have, you know, other episodes and all. But you know, with the 2 episodes, I truly enjoyed it. I love listening to men talk. I do. I enjoy hearing, you know, their perspective on women. Yeah. Right. Because we can think about it all day long, right? No, because this is that, and we are all wrong. Right. We can't think like a man. We're not a man. We want to think like a woman. So I appreciate the guests that we had, and I appreciate their perspective.
I'm gonna have to say, you know, and as we, you know, like Trey said, we have, you know, so many more. I love the fact of having the guests on, and really it set a different tone, like having the men come on and you know, midway, you know, of where, you know, we were in terms of all of the episodes that we did, kind of took a turn, you know, and brought a different spin on things, to see the brothers talking, you know, and you know, all men, you know, like just I agree, we're not men, so we can't really, you know, think like what a man would think. We could speculate all day. Like I'm sure men in our defense, what we're talking about through our lens tonight, you know, they may think they got it right, and most times they really don't, right? Because of the fact that they're not women. And that's why I believe God made us so uniquely different in that exchange and bringing it together, you know, like what Ronald described in his marriage, you know, and so that's a beautiful thing, you know, to look forward to that. I'm hoping that the folks that was listening really got something from that, because that was the real intention, was for the gap in the generation. But Joanna said it, even though the storyline is the same, it's still a hope for, if that's what you want to do, right? And having a kind of a roadmap to saying, you know, brothers, y'all know we think like this, you know, but there's the other side to that, you know, being romantic, being thoughtful, being caring, you know, taking out on dates, you know, running baths and flower petals and all that great stuff, you know. So I you know, also enjoyed being able to speak on it, because I was on there like, ooh, you know, I would have loved to have, you know, like gotten some in there, but you know, I think I said my piece. I enjoyed tonight too.
Yes, tonight, and even all the 2 episodes that we've done, everything was just awesome and great. And again, I hope to have them back on the show, you know, and talk more about it.
Yeah, we must have them do that. All right, ladies. Anything else you all want to share before we close out this segment?
Oh, this was a good one.
Yeah, this
I enjoyed it.
You know, Renee, again, welcome back. Joanna.
Yes,
thank you.
Thank you so much. And
I truly missed y'all. Trust me.
We missed you.
And my dad is out of the Woods. Thank God. So
Right.
Thank
Amen.
God.
done with all his treatments. He's fully, done with that. So we know that God is amazing. And I thank y'all for all your support and all the listeners. And I received all of the prayers, and my family says thank you. And so thank you all.
Amen.
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 Yes. Well, Joanna, and we loved having you on. You
Thank
bring
you.
some,
Yeah.
flavor, you know what I
Yes.
mean? We love you too. So
Yes.
Thank you. I
Of
love you
course,
guys.
yes.
Yes.
I still
Yes.
gotta come up with a new name for Renee, I see, because she likes blowing people up. So name for her. But go ahead.
Well, you was right there. And all we be talking about was
I'm
Aunt Burns
playing.
spinning me in the middle of the floor. You was right there.
Joanna, FYI, you're
Yes,
part of the team. Let me just let you know, Renee will drop bombs.
I
So
know.
you gotta watch yourself. Watch your
Okay.
back.
Yeah. Hey, listen.
Oh,
If
because
it's
I
out
remember
there,
because see, I
look to
remember, I'm like, see, wait a minute now. Nobody asked you to do all that. So yeah,
right.
watch your back. Joanna, watch your back.
I got
Oh my gosh, y'all are too much. I love
Oh,
it.
wow. So I'm glad to
Oh.
see us all back together again and with
Yes.
a new face. So we want to thank you for joining us today for Life Lessons for a Time Such as Now. We hope that you enjoyed this segment and all the segments to come. Remember to share,
Mhm.
like, and subscribe. Try to say that 3 times fast in a row. And thank you all for joining us
Mhm.
for Life Lessons for a Time Such as Now. Bye,
Yes.
ladies.
All right. Bye
Bye-bye.
for now.
Have a
God
good
bless. Yes. Thank you.